Investigators have suspected a serial killer's on the loose on Long Island.
I was out of town to find myself, a way to get myself out of this world. You were not about, and I blame myself. I should have blamed myself, or that's what I've heard. And now I'm standing out and the sun is out.
What? A new serial killer? Maybe as many as 4? Stalking the beaches of Long Island? Wow. And we thought we had a break when the Gigolo Beach serial killer, Rex Howerman, was caught. Now they're talking about, I'm RJSMITH. This is Crazy News Reacts. Let's see what's happening.
Now they say there may actually be as many as 4 killers behind the murders of nearly a dozen people. A Long Island prosecutor revealed the new theory yesterday. It comes from experts examining 10 sets of remains found hidden near a highway in recent months. Only 5 victims have been identified so far, and police have not yet named a suspect, even one.
Rex Howerman, the only serial killer that Long Island has seen in years? Maybe not, because investigators have said that they have found an Asian male now. And as you know, the Gigolo Beach serial killer did not kill males, but this male was dressed as a female. So that would make sense, because the killer would feel tricked. He picked up what he thought was a woman, took him to do whatever they're doing with him, and then found out it was a male and killed him. Makes perfect sense. So it might not be a new murderer, but they are claiming that there could be up to 4 killers with this.
There were just different body parts, one of them is a male, an Asian male. He's described as John Doe number 8. His identity has not been released yet, unfortunately. And then John Doe number 7 is a child, 18 to 24 months. So there's a lot of different components in this, and so they're looking at definitely, possibly 2, maybe more, as you mentioned, as many as 4.
Who the hell kills a baby and leaves them among the corpses of 10 to 14 other people? Baby was a male. Now maybe they say there could be up to 4. And they just found some more body parts recently.
The public, including the media, should realize that this investigation is not an episode of CSI or Criminal Minds that is going to be solved in a 1-hour period.
The thing is, he's saying, okay, we're not going to solve this in a 1-hour period, but there might be killers on the loose. More people may be in danger. How do you manage that expectation?
He just made fun of everybody who watches CSI. Me personally, I don't watch it because I think it's a bunch of crap. None of it's really true. It's all Hollywood. So he's right in that respect. But what a smart-ass thing to say, when you're just finding bodies. It's just inappropriate. What if there's a whole gang of these killers running around Long Island? I mean, all of these bodies obviously cannot be pinned on Rex Howerman, or they would have done it, right? Why wouldn't they have charged the other 6 or 7 or 8 bodies if they thought it was Rex Howerman? Number one, they can't prove it because they're not sure it was Howerman. And now their new theory says what? New serial killers might be out there, and up to 4.
Well, I just got off the phone with the DA's office, and we spoke a lot about the different victims and the different elements of this case. And it's so in depth because you have to take each one of these homicides and you have to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. You have to pull out the evidence. You have to figure out where they've been, where they were going, who they last spoke to. There are so many different elements in all of this and how they all fit together.
See what was right there? 4 to 5 of the murders cannot be identified. So 5 out of 10 victims were prostitutes. That means 5 of them were not prostitutes. And those are the 5 that investigators are really honing in on because they think they might not be related to Rex Howerman, who is already in custody. That this could be, like they say, more serial killers that have not been identified. And I used to live in North Babylon, and this is right near that. I lived there a long time, and I know this beach, particularly in this area where the other bodies have been found. It's very remote. Imagine a beach that is not accessible. So there's bushes and trees and everything else that's so dense you can't get onto that beach. But this serial killer did, and perhaps he has some friends.
In order to do that effectively, you can't do that very quickly. You have to take your time with it. You have to build these charts. You have to build your whiteboards in the room and put your heads together with all of the jurisdictions that are involved and be able to narrow down persons of interest, suspects. I would imagine that if they do feel that the first four are in fact connected and they were able to trace them back with a digital footprint, that they may already have someone in mind.
Who should be ecstatic about this, right, is Rex Howerman, because they can't identify 5 of the 10 victims, and they think it's a different killer. Rex Howerman has a defense. If there was no DNA, you can't figure it out. But what really screwed Rex Howerman was the DNA evidence they got from Pizza Box. So they were scoping Rex Howerman out for a while, but this new theory that there are other killers, they have absolutely no proof, no evidence who it might be or anything. So it's a real fear factor, kind of like the Son of Sam, Berkowitz, back in the 70s.
I can tell you that investigators will know exactly what that person is doing, where they're going. They may not tell us that. May at times even put GPS devices and things like that to figure out where they go in between things. So, as far as this case goes, I do think that they are putting out the information as effectively and as quickly as they can, especially with identifying the calls and the manner of death and notifying the families and putting out these identities.
And we're talking about skeletons that they're finding that are skeletons, not bodies, actually just bones. So they have to try to find some type of evidence to connect a killer with the bones, which is very hard. There's no DNA. If there was any DNA, it would have been on the skin, right? On the bodies. But the bodies are no longer, right? They are now skeletons because all the flesh has been eaten away by those wonderful bugs and things out in the environment. So where are we right now? Well, right now, 4 bodies are on Rex Howerman. All of them are first degree or second degree murder. There's no death penalty. Is there a death penalty in New York? I will tell you right there, you can't identify bodies with skeletons. I mean, you can hopefully get DNA from it. Even the clothes would be so damaged after 20 years. Hey, I don't think they're going to be able to identify all those bones, but I certainly agree. There may be as many as 4 serial killers on Long Island. And to say these are all Rex Howermans, I think the police are doing the right thing by assuming and believing that there are up to 4 other killers on Long Island. It's a big island. Never mind. Forget what the fuck I was saying. I don't know what I'm saying. It's so early in the morning. I'm all confused. Anyway, thanks for stopping by today. I'm RJ Smith, and this has been Crazy News Reacts, where I find these sick, crazy-ass stories and bring them to you Monday through Friday for your viewing enjoyment. See you back here tomorrow.